Hello everyone, it's Weston Jolaros with another video forecast. In today's video, we break down the upcoming severe weather that's going to be coming to portions of the United States and why we are about to get into a dry period, along with the huge question going on right now. Is a major hurricane coming? So if we go ahead and start off with the severe weather outlook for tomorrow, we will see that we do have a very small slight risk of severe weather in play back there in portions of southern Texas. Damaging winds, large hail, and a few tornadoes may be possible. I honestly don't really see it happening though, because we do have our slight risk across this area. It is not drawing for some reason. I don't know why it is this laggy, but we do have a slight risk across this region and a 2% tornado risk across parts of Louisiana. But as we can tell, we did actually get a upgrade here for a risk back up in portions of Oklahoma for some large hail. As we can tell, if we take a look at the tornado outlook, it is down there in portions of Louisiana and extreme far southeastern Texas. So we are watching it. I would not be surprised though if we did see this even get dropped off, just because how close it is to the coastal waters. It definitely may get dropped off. So watching it closely, damaging winds, and then some large hail. But if we go ahead and look at the day 3 outlook, you can tell only a marginal risk and nothing too concerning. It's a very large risk extending from portions of Texas all the way back up into portions of around southern Pennsylvania. So we are watching that closely. Now, if we go and move on to the models, we are going to tell that today's severe weather risk is starting to die down, and we are going to see more of that Boeing segment tomorrow, bringing that damaging wind threat. So that is why we only have a 2% tornado risk in play. And if we go ahead and look at HRRR on surface-based Cape, we can tell there's not much to work with tomorrow. And then even the significant tornado parameter, it's higher today. And then tomorrow, there's really not much to work with. So overall, not a good setup today, and nor is it a good setup for Friday. As if we go and take a look here, you can tell just overall tomorrow's not looking too well, and I've already showed you. But if we go and go back here a little bit to the 18Z run to look across this area, we are going to be able to tell that tomorrow's setup, yeah, nothing too crazy. And we are going to have to pull all of these HRRRs that I pulled up back some, but we are going to see this organize maybe, but it's overall just not a good setup over the next few days, as we don't even see very many storms fire off for Friday. Because if we go ahead and head over here for the 18Z run on surface-based Cape, we won't see much instability. So I just go ahead and get it done now and pull the 18Z on the significant tornado parameter. I can head back here. It is still loading, but just overall, it is a not the greatest setup. As if we just close these, as I've already said, not a good setup overall. And the reason that we have this pretty quiet setup right now is because of this reason, and it is because we have two low pressure systems right now, and this is what we call an omega block. We have a low pressure system out here along the east coast and to the northeast. We have one over here in New Mexico, and this is creating a ridge of high pressure across this area. I don't know what is going on with my pen today. As you can tell right there, this is not working very well. But we have a ridge of high pressure that is building across this area. So that is causing these two lows that are spinning here that they're not going to be able to produce is we actually have a third low building, which is leading to a high pressure in between them here. So we're going to watch that, and like we had said, I do think we will be getting a return towards mid-May, a return of severe weather. But as you can tell, we're going to get into this very neutral flow where our jet stream is really lifted far to the north and it's dropped far to the south, as you can tell. And then we have it across the north, it's arching a lot more. So something that we are really having to watch. I'm going to get this fixed as soon as possible, this lag that is going on. I do think it is from all the rain today, though. But I do think once we get into portions of mid-May, this is going to be our next big storm. Next week, around the 14th, our next big trough ejection I do expect across the Rockies. That could bring a more substantial, severe threat to portions of the plains and even southern plains, but way too early to get into specific details. As you can tell, I did actually pull up the NHC today, and that is because we're currently hearing all these rumors, major hurricane to hit Florida. No, I can tell you now we are not going to see a major hurricane, and there is a higher chance that we don't see a hurricane than not. We are watching this area for over the next week, or I should say in the next week we will start to watch this area for a disturbance maybe, but that is if the signal stays strong. And I will show you this as I have already pulled out the GFS to around when this hurricane is forecasted by people, but will likely not happen, in my opinion. As you can tell, we get our low spinning, and people are like, oh my, there's a hurricane down here. And it's only May. This is crazy. Well, no, it's not. We are getting very close to hurricane season, actually. And I do want to say one thing. If this storm develops, it will not threaten any places in America. More likely than not, it will likely threaten places like these islands down here. Can't remember the names right now, but I am going to get better about that. Hope you guys all did enjoy today's video. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.